Once again, a very warm welcome to the program. This is the Morning Call. I am Nyashake Mutizwa. Now, with effect from the first quarter of 2020, the Nigerian military will be withdrawing troops from some parts of the country. The withdrawal will be done after an assessment to determine areas where peace has returned to enable civil authorities, such as the Nigeria Police Force, to assume full control of security. The federal government's decision on troop withdrawal is coming amid fresh threats by the Islamic State West Africa province, now working in collaboration with Boko Haram. President Muhammadu Buhari, in a statement on Friday, clarified the government's decision, saying that he believes the nation is not at war and there is no cause for alarm, Ruth.
This withdrawal, according to Abuja, is to take effect from the first quarter of this year, 2020. It will enable the civil authorities in these regions to take charge of the security of the people and property. However, the authorities say that the withdrawal will be carried out only after a new assessment of the situation. Last week, it was Chad which announced the repatriation of its troops from northeastern Nigeria. 1,200 soldiers arrived Friday in N'Djamena via Cameroon, a situation that has caused the departure of hundreds of Nigerian civilians settled near the Chadian troops.
And now to understand more, we're joined by Africanews correspondent Ibrahim Abdul'aziz. A very good morning to you and thank you for joining us on the program. Now, before coming back to the decision of the Security Council, we've just learned that Chadian troops are withdrawing from Nigeria. Can you tell us more?
Yes, a very good morning to you and to everyone there watching us. Of course, Chad has ended its long nation fighting Boko Haram in northern Nigeria. By withdrawing, it is about 1,200 strong forces across the common border. And for now, some of it is soldiers remains in Nigeria. It is not yet clear whether they may be replaced following the last Friday's pullout. The Chad, the General Chief of Staff, General Tahir, said that if countries in the region which have contributed to the forces known as multinational anti-Boko Haram forces, were in agreement, some troops may likely be sent in back. It could be recalled that here countries in the regions have come together to fight Boko Haram and Islam with support from civilian defense community, leading to Chad contributing 1,200 troops.
Were these Chadian soldiers who had been deployed for 9 months in northeastern Nigeria effective in the fight against Boko Haram?
Yeah, Nigeria has constituted the multi-joint task force known as MJTF, made of Chad, Benin, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Niger Republic in fighting Boko Haram in our attempts to end the Boko Haram menace. And as stated earlier, Chief or Chad soldiers occupy frontline positions in this fight against Boko Haram insurgents. They are part of the G5 Sahel forces, a U.S. strength West African task force deployed to counter Boko Haram. The task force, of which Chad is a member, has been very successful in rendering the group inactive because roads, bridges, and communities that have been closed to the public have now become safe for civilians to return and carry out their livelihood activities. The task force has, however, faced challenges such as inadequate resources, Nigeria's preponderance, and the lack of trust among the member states, and the poor economics and common poverty of the member states that would limit its effectiveness.
So, Ibrahim, it seems that the people are showing some security concern. The president reassured the people in a statement saying there is no cause for alarm. So can you tell us more about how this news is being received?
Yes, Nigerian government are planning to pull out military from the ongoing internal security operation in various parts of the country, particularly in the northeast, beginning from the first quarter of this year, 2020. But as you may be aware, the decisions were taken during the Security Council meeting decided by President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. But shortly after the meeting, some governors and securities affairs, as well as commentators, have continued to react with mixed reaction. Though some were called on the federal government not to withdraw troops from the state. The governors, for instance, the governors of which include Governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, Dario Isiaku, and the Council of the State. It is not disturbing, or it is now disturbing that the government's decision on withdrawal of the troops is coming amid fresh threat and attack by the Islamic State of West African province, now working in collaboration with Boko Haram. Because only recently, a few days back, Israel, it could be recalled, circulated a video online where it showed 10 Christians who were beheaded on the Christmas day. Either the Security Council clarified that the military will not just pull out. It will first conduct a threat assessment to determine the specific areas where troops could be withdrawn. But the council also decided that in the place of the military, the Nigerian police force, which has the primary responsibility of providing internal security, will assume its duties fully in such areas.
In his last outing, President Buhari tried to reassure the population that the areas under Boko Haram's control were secure. He was convincing.
Yes, as I just said, there will be assessments to determine the specific areas where the troop withdrawal will cover. Couples are yet satisfied with all the assurance being proper, with the residents being skeptical, mostly, especially in the wake of the recent Boko Haram attack in northeast Nigeria. Besides Boko Haram, the Buhari regime runs at least 5 joint military operations involving the Army, Air Force, Navy, and the police, combat kidnapping, banditry, and the cattle rustling, largely in the northern part of Nigeria. In the northern part of the country, there have been also operations, Operation Proton Defense, and many operations. But for now, people are so skeptical, I can see.
So, Ibrahim, as a reporter in the region and on the ground, what changes have you seen so far?
Well, to some extent, one could say life has returned or gradually returning to normalcy, because in most cases, road bases and the communities, as earlier, that had been closed to the public have now become safe for civilians to return and carrying out their livelihood activities, most especially at urban centers or urban areas, and not regions that they were hit or flagged by the Boko Haram incidents. Schools, markets, and other recreational centers are now open, and people could be seen doing their normal business, but amid high security in some places.
Well, Ibrahim, we have to end that there. We just hope that security is a guarantee within the region, even without the troops, just based on the police forces. Thank you very much for joining us on the program this morning.